Hi, and welcome back to my playthrough of Tomb. Last time I left you with some kind of a cliffhanger here, and the reception was not, let's say, completely positive. Of course, this was only fun, but let's continue with raiding this crypt. I was thinking of maybe healing first, but as this is a relatively simple crypt with only 2 cards, I really want to take the risk and directly dive in here. So again, the red player will be the crypt master, and the crypt master says there are monsters in this crypt. So apparently there is no trap, but directly monsters. And blue is relatively battled, but I think, yeah, let's take the risk. Yeah, let's face the monsters here and have a look at what they are. And this time these are 2 monsters. For once we have this zombie here, which is relatively tough with 9 dice and 5 hit points, but the zombie only attacks after the party each combat round, so this is definitely something we can try to deal with. The imogen is definitely worse, because it says when we reveal, each character in the raiding party makes a magic roll, TN3, so we need 3 successes for each character, and this really doesn't matter if it's magic or a magician or not, or a wizard. And it says if failed, the character suffers 1 wound. So let's have a look at our first character here, and this would be Patrick. Luckily, Patrick is a wizard and is allowed to roll 2 blue dice and 2 red dice. But still, we are looking for 3 successes. So here we have the dice pool for Patrick. And let's see. Patrick is definitely lucky, so he doesn't suffer a wound. Let's switch over to Icarus. With Icarus, we really have a little bit of a problem. Icarus is a wizard, but he's allowed to roll only 2 magic dice, and I think you don't need to have studied rocket science to calculate that this is not sufficient to roll 3 successes. So he definitely takes a wound. Normally this would kill him because, remember, he has only 3 hit points. But as our little cleric Cone has this prayer which allows him to raise the health point of each cleric by 1, he's still fine. If we ever lose this prayer, of course, then he would also lose this additional ability and then he would immediately die. But for now, he's fine. Next we have to check Westra. Westra is not a wizard, doesn't roll any magic dice, so she directly gains a wound. I think she has 2 plus 2, so overall she's still fine. And last but not least, Cone, our little cleric here. And yeah, he also is not allowed to roll any magic rolls. This is really a bad monster. We should have really healed first. Okay, but nevertheless, we cannot help it. He has 1 hit point, so he's also still fine, so he can take 2 additional wounds. That should be okay, I guess. Let's start the actual combat. The Crypt Master has to start with Imogen because the zombie goes last, so after every character has taken their action basically. So Imogen is now allowed to roll 2 green dice and 2 blue dice, and I think blue player will announce Patrick as the defender because he has still full 3 hit points. Okay, this is the dice pool. Everything lower than 3 successes is okay for now. That's 2 successes, so again we are lucky. But still, Patrick takes 2 wounds. And I think we will attack with Patrick first now. Remember, Patrick has the Dwarven Hammer here that we more or less taken over from the red player, so he's now allowed to roll 4 red dice instead of the 2 green dice. And of course we will try to hit the zombie because the zombie still can take an action this combat round. So let's hope for the best here. Wow, 4 successes, that's awesome. So the zombie has only 1 hit points left. Awesome. I think next we will attack with Cone with his 2 green attack dice. And we will attack the zombie, of course. We only need 1 success here. Come on. Yeah, awesome. We kill the zombie. That's really so great. So the zombie brings us 3 experience points. Not great, but still okay. Okay, I think next we will attack with Vestra. For once, basic attack dice is only 1 green dice. She's using the glove. The glove brings her an additional red dice to her attack, which is already awesome. And she has still this tactic card which says when you are making an attack roll, add your skill dice to your attack dice. And this is really great because this brings her additional 4 green dice. and 2 additional blue dice. And of course we are looking to hit the Imogen, who has only 3 hit points. So let's grab this dice roll here. Oh, come on, that's only 1 success. Are you kidding me? This one only also doesn't show a success, only the red die. Okay, yeah, we cannot help it. Imogen only takes 1 hit point. And our last character would be Icarus with 2 blue dice. So hope for the best here. And again, only 1 success, which is okay, but not good enough to actually kill Imogen. A new combat round starts. Again, Cryptmaster goes first, and Imogen rolls his 2 green and 2 blue dice. And I think we will declare Icarus as a defender. So and Icarus is so damn lucky again. So the Imogen doesn't roll any success here, and now Icarus can roll his 2 blue attack dice. And remember, we are only looking for 1 remaining hit point for the Imogen. So come on, let's hope for the best. Yeah, that's definitely more than enough to actually kill the Imogen. Awesome. Again, we roll for Cone's special ability, which lets him roll his holiness dice. And so this is 3 blue and 1 red die because of his prayer here. And for each success we can remove a wound. That's 3 wounds, which is awesome. So I think we will definitely remove 1 here, 1 here, and 1 here. I don't really care too much about Icarus, to be honest. These are definitely way more powerful than Icarus. Let's switch over to the red player. I think the red player will, I think he will stay 1 more turn in the inn, and I think he will draw a spell card and a tactic card this time. And these are the 2 cards he's just drawn. This is awesome because this is a tactic card that lets you automatically disarm a trap. Perfect. And this spell is also great because you can lower the dice on 1 monster by 1 time. Blue player is way ahead, I think, in respect to how far he is in the tomb. And so he will take now his turn basically to do a heal action. And again, Cone will roll his 4 dice. And remember, for each success we can remove a wound. These are again 3 successes, which is awesome. So we will take a wound from him, and him. Red will also play it safe and will go for the Iron Duke this time. I think blue still has some time, so we will roll the holiness dice again for Cone. And yeah, Icarus is now completely healed. This turn red will go back into the tomb. Remember, his movement is reduced because of the armor. So he can only move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 spaces ahead. Not quite enough to make it to this crypt entrance here. Because of Westra's special ability, the blue party can move 13 spaces. So I think let's move here to the crypt with 3 tomb cards. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. More than enough to reach the entrance here. And red will go here. Okay, time to raid the crypts. Blue player will enter this crypt here, so red will take the tomb cards. These are the 3 tomb cards, and red, the crypt master, announces there is a trap. Fortunately, we have Westra with us, and I think Westra has 4 green dice, 2 blue dice, and she also gains 1 red skill die because of the glove. So let's build up the dice pool for her. And of course, Westra doesn't know what she's facing, so let's hope for as much successes as we can get here. So these are 3 successes, so let's have a look at the trap. And this is a spiked pit. And it seemed to be good enough. We rolled 3 successes, the skill is 3, so we managed to gain an additional 2 experience points. And with a very unhappy voice, the Crypt Master announces the rest are all treasures. And these are the 2 treasures we have on the left side. Soul Gem Tenura, which brings you some additional movement, and the Figurine of Protection. At the start of combat round you can discard this card. But to be honest, I'm really tending to directly bank these 2 items here because they bring you 12 experience points. And finally, it's the red player's turn to actually raid a crypt. So the blue player will take the crypt card. And the blue player will also announce that there is a trap, and he's only allowed to use one character, and he can use attack and skill in order to disarm this trap. So this really seems to be a very mean little trap. Luckily, we have just drawn our tactic card, and I think this time we really have to use it. Just part of the job. Before dice are rolled to disarm a trap, automatically disarm the trap, discard this card. So we can flip this around, and this is a crumbling wall. It's really hard to disarm this trap, that's for sure, but the results are not that bad, especially in a crypt with only one card in it. But still, he didn't know, maybe there could also be that one of his characters dies, or he would lose some items or stuff like that. And in the end, we scored 5 experience points by spending this card here, which is definitely fine. Could have been worse, that's for sure, but let's bank these 5 experience points. Blue has a crypt with a value 5, a crypt with a value 4, and a crypt with a value 3, basically in reach, and I think he will go for this medium-sized one here to 4. This should be reachable. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Remember, he has 13 movement points in total, and I think red can only move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 spaces ahead. This is really a pity, this armor. It brings really loads of health points, but it slows you down dramatically, so we really need to look for some item that speeds your movement, basically. Going back to the blue player, let's do one more crypt before we roll this up here. So red takes these 4 tomb cards here, and with an evil smile on his face, he announces there are monsters. So apparently no trap again, but these could be 4 monsters basically. What will blue do? I think blue is really feeling lucky, so let's reveal the monsters. And this is really bad. This is Andal. When revealed, inflict 1 wound on each character in the raiding party. Let's do that. 1, 2, 3, and 4. But it gets worse. Then we have this nice little bone golem here who says gain 2 hit points for each monsters in the raiding player's XP bank. Currently blue has 3 monsters in the XP bank, so the bone golem gains 6 additional hit points. And now you understand the evil smile from the red player. And last but not least, we have Draxon Rule here, and this is also a very mean fella, because his reaction ability says each turn after Draxon attacks, target a character in the raiding party. That character must make a magic roll with 4 successes, or the other characters in the raiding party suffers 2 wounds each. He brings 7 hit points, but brings you 10 experience points, and he rolls 5 blue dice and 6 red dice. I know this one, and we played it the last time that we really said that would be too powerful. So in this case, the defending character can really select who will do the magic roll, because then each time he could choose whatever, a rogue, and then every time. This would definitely be too fast, so we really played fair and played this way that the defending player can select the wizard who will do this magic roll here. So the Crypt Master with a little smile says, let's start with Draxon here, and we'll roll 11 dice. Of course, blue again will declare Icarus as the defender, so let's see what he rolls here. And I think we only need 3 successes. Yeah, that's more than enough to actually kill Icarus. The good thing about when a character dies, we are allowed to draw a new character from the pool. And here we have the new character, and this is a rogue, Logan Abenwolf. And he has this nice little reaction ability which allows him to reroll any dice of a monster or maybe not a monster. So this is definitely something we can look forward to. Now we have to face with the reaction ability. Of course, Patrick will use his magic dice, and we are looking for 4 successes. If he doesn't do this, then all the other characters suffers 2 wounds. No, that's only 2 successes, so each Westra and Cone take 2 wounds each. And now blue player will definitely decide to withdraw from the battle and flee to the inn. So the cards are returned, and blue moves back to the inn. And so the red player will move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 spaces to the crypt entrance here. And again, we will have some kind of cliffhanger, but I think it cannot be any more tense than the last encounter with the blue player here, this other tomb, which was really tough. So I will end my playthrough for today. We still have 8 tombs left to search through. They're really getting tough, but keep in mind that this 5 tomb down here could more or less contain only treasures, or maybe only traps or whatsoever, as we noticed that the crypt above with a 4 more or less only contained monsters. So as we set this up really at random, everything can wait for us here. I really hope you enjoyed this episode of my playthrough and tomb, and hope to see you soon in my next episode, and until then, bye bye.